Title: The First Meeting.
I'm involved in peer support. When I have people, I feel much more happier and much more confident.
I go to a peer support group because I feel like it's a way for me to give back. People sharing with each other, I think, is the most important thing about peer support.
It's opened the door for me. I have more experience, I have more self-esteem. This is my family. I'm part of it. Gives me good feelings that I am part of it.
Title: Acknowledgement of Country. Julie speaking.
When we get together in a room, we really like to sit in a circle because everybody is an equal and we can all see each other, and we always start the day with our acknowledgement of country.
I would like to acknowledge the Kabingo people who are the traditional custodian of this land, of the Daruk nation. We also pay our respect to the elders, both past and present, of the nation Daruk, Aboriginal Australia.
Title: Welcoming People. Julie speaking.
We welcome new people. If we haven't seen their faces before, we introduce ourselves. We ask them how they heard about it, and we just talk to them, just have a chat.
Ace speaking.
There's always someone in the group who is a really great welcomer, who has the knack for bringing people in and actually making peers who are new feel comfortable. So you find that specific person and they can actually be the welcomer of the group.
And remember, peer groups are there together to support each other. So it's not just the responsibility of one person, but your whole group to make someone feel welcomed.
Title: Peer Leadership. Ace speaking.
In the peer movements, we don't really like the word leader. There's not really a leader. It's more about the shared responsibility that we all have in making the peer support meetings work. There's no boss. It's about what each of us brings to the table. It's all important.
George speaking.
I know when we first met, we all encouraged each other to speak, and that made me feel comfortable that everybody's on the same level, at the same playing field.
Ace speaking.
What's great about a peer support group is that it's peer-led and that we're all equal. What that means is we all need to be accountable. We all need to be committed to make this work. So that's about making sure that each person is part of the planning.
Title: Respecting Cultural Differences. Abby speaking.
To set a peer support, we have to think about the language, their cultures and traditions, and also how to get to these people and to know more about them, what they really like and what their needs is. In the first meeting, we have to sit together and we have to welcome all people and talk with each other. We're inviting different type of cultures. As all of us, we are united, but everyone has his own unique situation. We will have respect for cultures, for religion, because all of us are peers. Yeah, we are equal.
Title: Making Group Rules. Julie speaking.
What we like to do when we start a new group is to talk through what they think are rules that will help make the group work.
George speaking.
You know, part of creating a safe place is having confidentiality. So wherever the meeting is taking place, if you ensure that there's confidentiality there, people feel safe and comfortable to open up and talk more freely.
So we might want to talk about what kind of values that we have. So think about things such as respect and
accountability.
Yeah.
You can't hide behind your disability because everybody in our peer group tends to have a disability. People are more accountable towards each other rather than putting it off because, poor me, I have a disability.
And that just means that we value what we say to each other.
Yeah, we do.
Title: Finding Topics. Ace speaking.
It's really funny because when you're organising these meetings, you kind of have an idea of what you want it to look like. So this first meeting will do this, and then the next meeting will do that. But really, what needs to be done is, it has to be peer-led. It's about seeing what comes up in the first meeting, what matters to people, and developing how we move forward from that.
George speaking.
We always open up the day with what's been a good thing for us, what should we help each other with, and then a discussion on the topic, and it kind of flows.
Julie speaking.
It's a good idea to get with your group and ask them what they want to see. What topics do they want discussed?
Okay, Julie, how we get to a topic that prior month, and sometimes we pick that topic and we run with that for the following month's theme.
Yeah, and sometimes that comes about when someone has an issue.
Yeah.
And we do a follow-up topic.
That's like the time you brought the person over who self-manages, and she talked about her experiences.
Title: Sharing Knowledge and Experiences. Julie speaking.
Last year I was having some major issues with my NDIS plan. Basically, they cut my funding in half, and just through the support of my peers encouraging me to push for a review really helped, because I otherwise would have just accepted it.
George speaking.
That reminds me of that term we have amongst ourselves as peers, and that is, we get it, we really get it. And it's because we knew what you were going through. I felt good to be a part of that group.
If you do want to get a guest speaker, think about the peers that you have. Sometimes the best experts are your peers who have actually lived through it, and they really know what they're talking about, and they can share what they've done that really made it work for them.
Title: Finishing the First Meeting. Ace speaking.
After each meeting, it's really important that peers do some reflection. It's a way that we can talk about what worked, what didn't work so well, what we can improve in the future.
George speaking.
So, Julie, before we finish, what I'd like to do with about 10 minutes to go, I'd like to do like a checkout where we see how everybody's feeling.
Another idea is to create a Facebook group so we can still stay in touch with each other. You can create a flyer so they can have that information of where to meet, but it's important also to get people to say that they want to come to the next meeting, so you know who to expect and you can hold them accountable.
Like in the peer space, what I love about it is we've always got somebody who is a peer doing the talking and doing the leading. So at all stages, we're the experts in our lives, and we value that credibility. So our voices actually mean something. It makes us feel good. It makes us feel really valued and feel really good about ourselves. I think that's why we leave every peer cafe happy, because we've just felt valued.
This video was made for Diversity and Disability Alliance, www.ddalliance.org.au. Thanks to Abby, Ace, George, Julie, Montaha and Pauline, and to all the peers who helped make this video. Produced by Futures Upfront and Thinkwell Digital.